Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I'm in my car, can you tell? I am on my way to first the post office and then to Goodwill. And I am very worried that they could be closed and that I would be making a trip for nothing. When I say closed, I mean sometimes they don't have staff for the donation part. And I know I should call, but it's one of those days where I cannot make a phone call. It makes me sick to even think about it. I would rather make a wasted trip than have to talk on the phone. So that's what I'm gonna do, because that's how I work. I do what feels, best for me at the time. So I'm going to probably chat with you guys along the way. If I don't, then you won't even be seeing this intro. But I want to wait until I'm on a smoothish road, because this rattles a lot now, and it makes me almost have motion sickness even when I'm editing. So I can only imagine it might really suck for you guys if you see my videos jumping up and down. I do try to say that you can just listen, you don't have to watch. All right, let's just get going. It is so humid. I mean, this is crazy. It's only 76 degrees, but the humidity, it was 76% last night. I don't know what it is right now, but it is fucking humid. Sweating already. All right, I just brought stuff into the post office, and now I am on my way to Goodwill. We're on a long stretch now of what is mostly a smooth ride, so I'm going to start recording. If it does bounce around and you don't like it, just don't watch. You can just listen. It's a car vlog. I don't think you need to see me moving my hands to understand what I'm saying. I'm going to talk for a minute about mental health, because I know, what I just told you about how I don't want to make the phone call. I would rather waste an hour of my time if Goodwill is closed, not accepting donations, than to make the phone call. I know some of you are shaking your head what the fuck? That's so stupid. Just make the phone call. And, I'm a cheerleader for others who might have quirks like I do. And I want to let people know you are absolutely allowed to do whatever works for yourself. You are the only person who can decide what's best for you in any given moment. Here's another thing. When I take my packages to the post office, I don't trust just leaving them on a counter. Very often, there's nobody at the counter. They have a bell to ring. I have rang the bell before because out of desperation, I just can't at that moment wait for somebody to realize that I'm standing there. It's around a corner. They can't see me, and they're probably far enough away that they can't even hear the fact that anybody just put things on the counter. So I make the decision, do I ring the bell and have that pain shoot through my head, because I'm not a bell ringer. Not only does the noise bother me, even though I know when I hit that, it's going to make a noise, my brain doesn't like it. It's just like I can't do a Jack in the Box. When that thing pops up, it can, almost make me feel like I've momentarily gone insane. I mean, I just can't. I cannot take it. So today I had decided when I go in, I am not ringing the bell. I will just wait. That's what's going to feel better. And the reason I had to do that is because I have to take a ride. Now, I could have gone to the post office after my drop off, but I don't want to have to take the boxes of, mail out, put that on the ground, put it back in. No, so post office first. That's the way this car was packed. And I was going to wait for somebody to come so I don't have to have that sharp pain, and then the whole ride have that anxiety inside me that, that was caused by having to ring a bell. Doesn't that sound stupid to many of you? I'm sure it does. To some of you, it makes total sense, only you would probably think that you wouldn't even bother to go to the post office, because that's how I can be too. I'm trying to get out of my house more. I'm going to be living a completely different life in Mississippi. I have to come back to the real world, and I need to start doing things, but I'm going to do them in a way that makes me feel the best that I can feel. If that means, not ringing a bell and taking time, which is kind of like a waste of time, but it's not, because it's saving me from having the rest of my day, or at the very least, the next few hours, somewhat agonizing because I had to ring a bell. Now, counseling, medication I don't want to do. I have done it enough times in my lifetime, and as much as it helps with some things, it always makes something else fall apart. I'm not doing that again. Counseling, I've done that too. But the thing is, with therapy, it's a lot of education. This is why you feel that way, and if you don't think this, or if you do this, no, that's all bullshit. I want something that's going to make that sharp pain go away and the anxiety go away. If that could happen naturally, then I'd ring a fucking bell all day long. I don't care. Bing, 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 bing. I'd give it to kids. Hey, ring this a few times. That'll be funny. No. So, I can't, all the education in the world as to why I am the way I am, and different things that I could try to do to change that. It takes a lot of work on my part. I don't have time for that. I would rather just stand there until somebody comes and gets my packages off that counter. And I'd rather not make a phone call and just take this ride. There's no sunshine today, so a ride isn't going to kill me. And it's so humid in my house that I enjoy right now having this air conditioner blow on me, and I get to chat with you guys. So it's not a complete loss if I don't get to get all this shit out of my car, but boy do I hope I can, because tomorrow's Thursday and they're actually closed for donations on Thursdays, and I have a lot of glass things here. They're not jiggling right now because this is a smooth road, but yeah, I just would like to get this all out of my car. As for the stuff that I'm dropping off today, I think this is the most full my car has been. The back seat is very full and kind of piled up. I think I know I have 3 baskets, laundry baskets of books, and I think 2 boxes, possibly 3 of books. So I have a lot of books to donate, and I have 2 huge ass lamps next to me that my mother had in the room that ended up being my husband's room. And so there's that takes up the whole driver's seat, the passenger's side of the front row. I don't know what I'm saying. That's there, and there's no room for anything else. And just a bunch of other things, some bins of just odds and ends that I've been gathering. And because I haven't gone in 2 weeks, right, I skipped last week. The car made a noise, and see it gave me a shocking pain. I'll try to get over it. I don't expect to go for another 2 or maybe 3 weeks. I don't think I have too many more trips to Goodwill. I shouldn't say that, because I still have things, especially in the cellar, that I have not gone through at all. But I really think some of those would just be like throwaway items or too heavy for me to bring. And but I'm sure I'll find some odds and ends along the way, especially all those things that I haven't decided yet. What should I do with these? The things that are too emotional. Sometimes if I wait a little bit, I can make a decision later. So, it's just such a long process and very stressful. Like I said, I'm just doing it the way that I can do it, and every day might be a different way, because that day I might have more mental energy to work on something, and other days, I'm just looking for things that are like cardboard and paper that I can recycle. Deep breath. Guess what? they're closed until August 14. Oh my God. So let's go through how I feel about this. I know many of you are saying, see, you should have called. That one quick phone call and you wouldn't have gone through this. But I'm telling you, I weighed my options carefully. It's a gray day. I like gray days. I don't know why I put two fingers up. It's a gray day, and I like gray days. So a ride kind of felt like that wouldn't be too bad, even if I can't unload my car. It's humid in my house, and it feels so good to be in this car right now and not be, sweating to death. I'm nice and comfortable. I'm chatting with you guys, so I will have a video that probably hardly anyone will watch because my YouTube channel sucks right now. So I'm good with it. I am. I'm good with it because I thought it out and I made my choice. So I'm going to live by my choice. I knew there was a chance. I just really thought that there would be a very good chance they'd be closed. However, the other times they usually closed at 2. And right now I can't see, but it's morning. It's before lunch. It's before noon. So, I was surprised in the way that they were closed. Now, there was somebody there. The door was open in the back because I just go around the back of the store to get back onto the road. And, I did unroll my window and get the courage to talk and say, is there no way? And she's like, no. She said that they're all closed now. I don't know how many Goodwills she's talking about, but she said it's because they have absolutely no room to put anything. This time it wasn't, she didn't say it was a staff issue, because before they said they had no staff. Unless it's still a staff issue where they don't have staff to handle all the stuff, so it's just in their way. I don't know. So she said Saturday the 14th. This is Wednesday. I can't ride around the rest of the week with this stuff in my car because I do have to make some dump runs, but I was hoping my car would be empty so that I could fill my car and try at least one run to see how much they would charge me to get rid of a car full of shit. But I'm not going to be able to do that, not this week, because I'm not taking everything out of this car and bringing it all back in the house. I will take these 2 lamps out and bring those in the house, and I can use just this front seat to put some bags. The dump is only 5 minutes away, if that, so I can, make multiple runs in one day, which is also kind of fun. It gets me out of the house a little bit. So I'm good with it. It's certainly not like the first time we ever went. I was with Skylar. It's when she came. They closed, but they closed behind me. Even that made me sick to my stomach to know I came this close, because it was my first time there and I was incredibly filled with anxiety. It helped that I had Skylar with me, but I just didn't know. I don't know how it works, and I didn't like any of it. And I was glad that we made it through, but I couldn't shake that feeling of how close I came to not making it. And then I did call a few times because I was petrified that that would happen again. And if it would have been a sunny day right now, or if it would have been cool in my house, I would have called, because at that point I would have said, I'd rather be home doing this stuff, and I'll take the chance of feeling like shit after making a phone call. It doesn't matter how the phone call goes. It's just the fact that I have anxiety doing it. Even if it's a good phone call, I can feel like shit after. Actually have to go lay down, have to take a Tylenol. It's hard to explain, and it's just the way I am, and I'm just living with it and doing the best that I can. And I know it just sounds bizarre to so many of you, and others not so bizarre. And again, I would like to encourage people to just do what it takes for you to get to do something. And if both options kind of suck, if you have 2 or 3 or 5 options and none of them seem right, pick the one that you think will tear you up the least. Go with that one. And don't let other people ever convince you that you're doing something the wrong way, or that maybe you should try something else, or this is what you could do. Just tell them, no, I'm doing what I want. I'm doing what I want. Had I called and found out that they were closed, my day would have probably been more miserable, because now I would be like, my plans have changed. I can't do a car vlog along the way. I loaded up my car for nothing. I know myself, and I can just, again, I know myself, and today I made what was the best choice for me. All right, I need to stop talking about this now, because I'm not trying to even convince you guys of what you should do. I think I'm just trying to help people to understand that everybody is exactly who they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's a cop coming very fast, supposed to be pulled over, which I did. Pulled over but didn't stop because he was really flying. What else can we talk about? What else? I'll think. All right, here's what I'm going to talk about. I feel like I'm talking about things that, are going to piss people off. And I'm not trying to do that. Again, I'm just trying to explain. Let's talk about me and my comments. And this has come into play lately because Derek, my son, has his channel. His comments are on. And he knows how I feel about it, and he knows it's not a matter of I don't like the hate, and he understands how I am. He understands that if I say the phone call was too hard for me to make today, I'd rather take an hour of my time and take my chances. He gets it. It's okay with him. So it's okay with him about how I handle my online world, that I've actually been, have had an online presence for 21 years. 21 years. That's when I started eBay. I believe that's the very first thing I ever did online. And then I shortly after that got a website, and I just, have been doing that for 21 years. Actually, I take that back. I had an advertising business in the mid-90s, and that's when I got my first computer. And the internet, it was just, starting to be popular, and I got it for a hot minute. I don't know if I had it for a month, and I thought, I'm never going to use this. This is useless. So I just let go of it and, just used my computer to design ads and stuff for this paper that I had, an advertising flyer. It wasn't until the year 2000 that I started eBay in January, and so yeah, that's when I've been online ever since. Okay, so when Derek started his channel and he got so many comments, I looked at them and I was amazed at, how everybody was being awesome to him. I do try to tell him that's not reality, that, it's going to change for you. It does for everyone, and I'm not going to ever tell him, turn your comments off, or you shouldn't do this, or don't let it bother you. I'm never going to say to him, don't let it bother you. If things start to bother him, it's going to bother him. His only choices are do it a different way. Maybe it's his choice. I'm going to let him do whatever he wants. It is not up to me. But I did look at some comments, and I told him I won't be able to do this for long, because again, it's not just about the what people are actually saying. It's just the whole thing. It's hard to explain. So I was doing pretty good, and I don't know if I actually posted this to my patrons and YouTube members. I do some exclusive chats, just typed, not like in online or whatever. I mean, not a video anymore. Sometimes I'll type things, and then I'll delete it because it's like, oh, I just don't, it's just too personal. But I did tell them, it's like, maybe it would be fun to have comments on. And, I tried to like quickly tell myself no, but then I thought, I don't have to make any decisions. Let's see how I feel after Derek is, doing this for a few days. And it didn't take long for me to realize, no, my comments are they're not going back on. And here's the type of comments that made me realize this is a no-go. Gee, I'm going to be stopping at Rogers for steak, and I don't want to be in the middle of this story. Let me go buy my steaks, and then I'll do a car vlog in their parking lot. The sun has been coming out, so I'm parked under the only tree that gives me a little bit of shade. My store that I just got out of is over there. I used to do car vlogs from this parking lot all the time. Then I stopped coming for quite a while because they changed hands, and then the pandemic. So I have started coming back. I'm going to, I guess, have to have the air conditioner on. I was going to open windows, but be a lot of traffic sounds. So I got, I'm going to show you at least, I came for the New York sirloins, and it's just not my day because I was hoping they'd have a whole stack. I would have taken 20, 30, whatever, on sale for $4.99. Just absolutely love this. And it's just called New York sirloin here. I'm sure it has other names in other parts of the world. And then, because I could only get 2, I picked up some top round, which is on sale for $3.99 a pound, which is also good. But the other ones that I got from them had more fat marbled in there. I don't know. So, but still, since I eat only steak, I eat what's on sale. Not only steak, beef, and some chicken and all that. All right, so here's the deal. I don't want this to be an hour-long video, but I do want to talk a little bit about the comments, and it's not to tell you that certain comments upset me. It's to try to explain to you how certain comments can make you remember that no matter what, the people who watch videos, your videos, in my case, my videos, the people who watch my videos, it can be easy to get caught up in all that excitement and things like that. But I have to always remember the people who say things to me know zero about me. Absolutely nothing. All people know, unless they're, in my family or something, but my family doesn't watch. All that anyone knows about me is what I put out there, and even that can be like, there's obviously times that I put on a happy face when I'm miserable. There are times where I will talk about things that make it sound like maybe I'm complaining, kind of like today, when I'm actually in a pretty good mood today. I feel good, so it's, people don't know me at all, not at all. Through comments, even the nice ones are the tricky ones, because a lot of things that are said in a nice way are said in a very backhanded kind of way. So let me give you some examples. The last one that I read on Derek's channel, I said, okay, I've had enough. This is all the reminder that I needed, that people just don't really get it, and I'm just going to not be looking. I do look to see how many comments he has, because I can scroll down to just that point, and I like that. I mean, right now he likes comments, so I'm happy for him that he's getting them. But I was reading a lot of comments about things like, thank you for having your comments on. Your mother doesn't let us make comments on her channel. Now, that doesn't sound that bad, but when you read that 20, 30, 40 times, I mean, he has hundreds of comments across his 4 videos that he has so far. After a while, you start to realize, Yes, and I've mentioned it before. I even read my text that I texted back and forth with Derek. I read that to you on a video, and one part said something like, makes me feel bad that I don't let them comment. And see, I start to fall into that, like, oh, I should be nice like other people. And then I remember, no. It's not about being nice or not. It's being real to who I am and watching out for my own back, because nobody else has my back. Nobody. And the more things that I saw like that, I overanalyze everything. And instead of people saying things like, I appreciate that comments are on, your mother doesn't let her comments be on, and one said, it's important to us that we would like to be able to tell her that we love her, and just other things. And it makes me feel like they're upset with me in some way, and I would like to believe most people understand why, but not everybody watches, so they just don't know why. They just think my comments are off. Big fucking deal. Even if you don't know why, it shouldn't matter to you if you can say something to me or not. You don't know me. You don't know me. And if you do know, and I know a lot of the people know, I recognize names. I've been on YouTube 7 years, and I can remember names. I saw names from the beginning, and I was like, wow, that person is still watching me. That was cool to know, but I didn't need to know that. I don't need to see the names. I don't need that kind of gratification. I just want to be, in my own little world, getting through the day as best as I can, every single day, doing what I need. And one of the things I need is to not be focusing on what people are saying to me, or now I certainly don't need to focus on what people say about me on my son's channel. And so when someone says, I wish your mother would have her comments on, that is a way of saying, your mother's doing something I don't like. That also lets me know that person doesn't have my back. They're thinking of themselves first. Of all the comments that Derek got that related to me and my inability to let people tell me how they feel about me in a good way, one said it would be good things only. That means that they have completely dismissed the fact that it doesn't work for me. Not one comment said anything like how cool it is that your mother can do what she wants and you can do what you want. Because Derek even mentioned that he gets it. He gets that. So, that would have been an opportunity to say to yourself, he gets it. Why can't I get it? You know what I mean? He understands why she does what she does. So that's a little bit of insight that I'm not a complete fucking freak. My son understands. And it's not because I've been the world's best mother and he's just taking my side. He actually gets it. He understands. So other people don't. And, it would be like somebody, your spouse, walks in the room and they're wearing their blue shirt and you say, oh, I wish you would have worn the green one. What's wrong with this? For somebody to say, I wish your mother would have her comments on, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with the fact that I don't have them on? It's very self-serving to put yourself into the world and think that you have the right to do certain things, or that your feelings are more important than the person that you're watching. And I'm not just saying this about me and my son. I'm not just, saying it, us in particular. I'm talking about everywhere online, not just videos, everything, Facebook pages, whatever. You need to read up on parasocial relationships. I'm going to have to go back and find some of the good articles on that. It's about how somebody like you watch people, and when you see them repeatedly, you become attached. You feel like you're part of their life, and you feel like, hey, do this or don't do that, or can you record more? And, you know, oh my God, you're recording too much. Longer videos, shorter videos. You feel like you have the right to say that because you feel like you've invested so much time in that person that that person needs to understand that the audience is there and the audience is what's making you popular, and you need to just do what we want, period. And that's not the way it works, because I know none of you. Not even a tiny bit. And when I used to have comments on, I would start to feel like I knew some of you, and I didn't like that feeling, because 9 times out of 10, that person would turn around and bite me in the ass if I started doing something they didn't like. So I said, no, I cannot play this game. So for my mental health, it's better that I shut comments down everywhere that I can, not read comments. I don't even like to read other people's comments. And I told Derek this, I'm not going to be able to read your comments anymore. I don't read other people's comments, total strangers. I can sit there and cry so hard because of how they've been dismissed with what they say. And it's especially hard on TikTok, because sometimes TikTok, the comments are hilarious, but somebody will do something and the whole comment section will be shitting on that person, and then they'll do a video like saying, oh, I understand, and they'll explain. And like this woman has a child that I just watched for the first time last night. Looks like, I think she said he's 4, still has a bottle, isn't potty trained, wears diapers. She never bothered to tell people that he is never going to live past childhood, and that's all the abilities he has. He can't walk or anything. People were giving her so much shit about that child drinking from a bottle and then wearing diapers that she finally did a video, I think it was today, explaining how her son is and that he's not going to live long. She said what it was, and I don't remember exactly. But now her comments were all filled with people saying, you shouldn't explain yourself. Just be who you are and don't explain. So almost all the comments were like that. Not one person said, thank you for explaining to us and letting us know that was personal. Thank you for sharing. Everybody was like down on her, or just trying to make her feel good, like, you don't have to explain to anyone. You didn't have to tell us all this. But it's like, that woman's probably like, God, I can't do anything right. First I just live my life and show my life as it is without explanations, and then I explain because I feel like people are just like bullying my child and my parenting skills. And now I say it, and now people are just telling me I shouldn't have done that. So it makes it very hard. It's just, I wish that anybody, before leaving a comment to anyone, I wish that they could be online and do videos for a year. And then this is what worries me a little bit. And again, I do tell Derek, always do what you want to do. Always. It's okay to take suggestions and do things, but oh my God, if he stays doing YouTube for a long time, and I'm not, again, talking about just him, anybody who starts a channel, it's going to be like this. At the beginning, it's like there's so many things, and it takes a while to come into your own self and say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do for now. And if I change my mind later, that's okay. You just have to always keep yourself sane. So all these people who are thanking him for leaving comments on, or any creator who has people say, oh, thank you for having your comments on, because a lot do have them off, especially ones with children now, because of all the pedophile content, and you can lose your channel if you don't moderate your comments good, and it's a lot of time to moderate. So a lot of people have just chosen to turn them off. If somebody later on changes their mind and decides comments is just too much work and they're not going to bother with it, they can remember all those people saying, happy you have your comments on, and it might make them not turn off their comments because they're afraid to lose all those other people. So that's why it's not always good to hear the positive things. it can make somebody feel like if I change this, I'm going to lose everyone. And I have made major changes on my channel in 7 years, from going to it being all about couponing and, extreme couponing, to it being vlogs, to it being about sewing. And every time I do lose a chunk of people, but I also gain a chunk more. There's church bells ringing. Would my channel maybe be at 1 million subscribers or more if I wouldn't have made all those changes and just, stayed doing one thing and letting that audience come to it and, just keeping that audience all along? Yes, but I would be mentally broken. So I can't do it that way. I just can't. I think I'm done talking. I just want you to know that it would be nice to hear some people, if they're going to talk about me in other places, on Facebook, whatever, different areas of the internet, that there are ways I got a snail mail again yesterday about this woman completely telling me how to live my life, giving me her phone number so I can talk to her, I can call her, because she's gonna help me in so many ways. That's creepy. Completely forgot what I was going to say because of the creepy letter that I got yesterday. What I was going to say is how cool it would be to have someone say that they respect my decision to have comments turned off. I don't think I've ever heard that, ever. How nice it would even be for Derek to know that some of his viewers, who he knows are mostly all from my channel, I'm crooked. How nice it would be, instead of, having these backhanded compliments about, wish your mother would turn her comments on. It would be nice if somebody would say, it's awesome that your mother does what's right for her. Hopefully, Derek, if you ever have a day where you don't like comments, just know you can turn your comments off and we'll be here for you just the same. That would be cool to hear a bunch of that shit. So it's just interesting to me. See, this isn't like complaining, and it's not like trying to trash people. It's very interesting to me, the whole dynamic of this online world. If you think you might be interested at all, do look up paranormal, parasocial relationships. I don't know if I said paranormal before. Parasocial relationships. It was interesting to me to read about that, and there's certainly some articles better than others. Please, if you feel upset with anyone for any reason online, somebody on Facebook, somebody on YouTube, somebody on TikTok, ask yourself, why is this so upsetting to me? And why do I feel like it's necessary to let that person know that I'm upset? Or to tell that person that they're doing something wrong, because some people will. The child with the bottle and the diaper. It's like the woman was being crucified for doing these things. They had no idea that there was a backstory, and even if there wasn't, even if that woman just lets her kid drink from a bottle and a diaper, it's nobody's place to tell that person what they should be doing. Although the kid, you could tell, was loved and well taken care of, so nobody should stick their nose into that. But there's usually a backstory that we don't know, and mine is that I just suffer from great anxiety and I'm choosing to live with it the best way that I can. My doorbell rang, that's my text. And everybody is doing the same thing. So just really take a look inside and say, why do I feel the need? Why do I feel the need to say something to someone else? I can feel it, and I don't need to put myself on others. I don't know. That's the way I like to walk through life. I don't want to put myself on others. Do I ever, sometimes fail at that? Of course. We're all human, but I really try so hard to stop and think and say, if I say this, how could it be received? Could it be received in a different way. So it's very seldom that I comment, and it makes me nervous even if I do, you know. Now, if Derek ever tells me that somebody has mentioned a certain video that I did or whatever, I have no problem going and posting in his comments and linking to a video like I did when he was on stage one time. Somebody happened to comment about that, so I asked him, do you mind if I put the link to that video? And he's like, no, of course, go ahead. So, you know, there's things like that. But for the most part, I won't be doing any commenting on Derek's channel, and I'd like to say that I'm just done reading his comments because it doesn't benefit me in any way. And so that's it. All right, you guys. Oh my God, what a long video. So much editing. I have work to do, and I have to empty some of this car out. What a day. All right, thank you so much for watching. Bye.